Welcome, all you entertainment holics out there in entertainment land. It's time yet again for another thrilling, exciting installment of, you guessed it, Wicked Entertaining. We're coming at you live every Friday night from 6 p.m. Pacific time, 9 p.m. Eastern time, right here on Rock Rage Radio and Rock Rage Live. And you can also watch us live on our YouTube channel. We are Get Real Global TV. And then you are also Get Real Global TV on Twitch and TikTok. And you can check out our Linktree page to see all of our social media and website links. Just type in at Jennifer DeVoe Muse. And then you can check out our radio station, Get Real Global Radio KGRL on Spreaker. And we're also syndicated on iHeartRadio, Spotify, YouTube, TuneIn, Amazon Music, Audible, Apple Podcasts, SiriusXM, Pandora, plus pretty much everywhere else you can watch or listen to podcasts. And we're distributed by those nutty people at Sony Music Entertainment, Sony Music Publishing, The Orchard by Sony, and 50/50 Global Music Incorporated. I'm your hostess with the mostest, Jennifer DeVoe Muse. Just want to give a shout out to everyone watching and or listening around the world. And normally I would be saying hello to the sultry songstress Amy Bowman and the Mac Daddy of Metal, Shyler Staver. But they are, out there in the world doing their thing. So anyway, but tonight we're going to have an amazing guest. So be prepared for this. It's going to be awesome. 1 second. We're going to bring him on right now. Okay. Okay. All right. So we're going to bring on our musical guest this evening. None other than, he's actually been on our show before, by the way. And we got Dave Revels tonight on the show. How are you?
Great, Jennifer. How you doing? How's everybody doing tonight?
Good. So if any of you guys out there don't know, he is a singer, songwriter, a recording artist, a show producer, and a former member of the Drifters. So I don't know. Did I catch most of it? Did I get it? Most of it?
Oh yeah, and also a group that was pivotal to my career, the a cappella legend, the Persuasions, who I joined
yes.
first in 2000 and became their lead singer and arranger in 2006 to the present. So that's something that means a lot to me. Yeah, love those guys.
I love that style of music.
Yeah, well, these guys, the Persuasion, were legendary. They haven't really gotten their full due in industry because they really popularized a cappella music as a popular genre. They inspired a lot of great artists that you know of, from the group Take Six to a lot of groups. And they changed the genre of a cappella, made it popular. They should be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. They work with everybody from Paul Simon, Joni Mitchell, the Grateful Dead, even Bare Naked Ladies, a rock group from Canada.
I love them.
So, they work with everybody, touch so many forms of music. They should be in a hall, the original 5 members. So I'm happy to be associated with them. Very happy to have been associated with the Persuasions.
That's huge. It really is.
They're an amazing group, amazing people.
They are. I literally like their music. They got great music.
Yeah, only one man left, and that's J. Otis Washington. The rest sadly have passed away. But I'm happy to say I got to work with 4 out of the 5, because one member passed away before I joined and started working with them. But from the late lead singer Jerry Lawson, Sweet Joe Russell, James Hayes, Jimmy Hayes, the incredible bass singer, and J. Otis Washington. I can't say enough about them. I got to mention them because all that I am today started with the Persuasions. They literally
Okay.
taught me about music and harmony. So
Hmm.
shout out to the Persuasions.
I like that. All right. That's awesome. I don't know. I always like that style of music, though. You know what I mean? It goes back to even like back in the day, like the Four Tops and the Commodores and the like all those all those that style of music.
Yeah, well, it starts with great melody,
Mm.
great lyrics and stories. And if you've got a great voice and an ear for music and you're hearing these fantastic stories and you can sing them, it brings the songs to life and
Mm.
it touches a lot of souls. So all those people you're mentioning,
Okay.
I was happy to have touched the stage with many of them. And they meant a lot to my
Mm.
life. And like everybody else, I'm a fan first.
Right.
So yeah, that's where I got all
Okay.
my training from, listening and working with that kind of music.
Mm. I like that. I like that. What kind of shows have you produced?
Well, I've shows a lot of nostalgia shows, like from doo-wop shows, music of the 50s and
Mm.
60s.
Okay.
Um, a cappella shows. I produced. I have a nationally touring Motown tribute production called "Shadows of the '60s" that's
Oh,
presently touring all over the country. And
I like that.
matter of fact, I'm in North Carolina now, getting ready to do a show tomorrow in Wake Forest. So two sold
Okay.
out performances. So I'm excited about that. But
Hmm.
I just been involved, like I says, in music in general. Yeah, just in general.
Okay. I like that. Music. That's a huge thing. Like I don't know why anyone wouldn't be into that type of stuff. I mean, teach
Well,
their own. You know what I mean?
well, I've got an eclectic brain when it comes to music. I mean,
Right.
I've written country songs. I've collaborated with a great Yorma Kalkinen from Jefferson Airplane. We've written
Okay.
together.
That's
It's on
amazing.
YouTube. If you go on YouTube, you see a song we wrote together called "Birds and Sleeping Dogs." Hawks don't sing and some birds don't fly, nor do they
Mm.
envy one another or care to wonder why. People need to stop and maybe think about that twice and let birds be birds and let sleeping dogs lie. Yeah,
I remember
so
that song. I
yeah, I
remember we
wrote that with
played that.
Yum.
We played that on a prior broadcast. I remember that.
Yeah, it's
Yes,
cool,
good
man.
song.
And to work with Yorma, he's a Rock and Roll Hall of Fame member, but he's a human being
Mm.
first, a real
Right.
cool,
Of
down to earth
course.
person. It's all about the music for Yorma. Has nothing to do with credentials. If you're in the room as a musician with him, that's all that matters to him. And to me, that's what it is. It doesn't matter what you've done before; it's what you're doing in the moment when you're working with someone. So
Okay.
I've been blessed to be in situations like that where I treat music like that. I don't, you know, whatever I've done in the past is the past. It's great. It's really helped
Hmm.
manufacture my career, but I'm
Right.
always looking forward to the next moment, the next collaboration, the next song, because we
Mm.
keep moving,
Okay.
we keep moving forward. So I love music for that. It
Right.
keeps your mind fresh and young.
Yeah, I agree. That's a very good point. I don't know if everybody looks at it like that. I mean,
So
I think it's
I'm
a
not
good way to look at it.
I'm not in this to be a star.
That's a good way to look at
Because,
it.
yeah, I'm not in this to be a star because that's a fleeting moment. Because no matter how big you come as a star,
Yeah.
one day when you pass away,
Yeah.
people kind of forget you. But I'm in it for the moment,
Yeah.
writing something new,
Yeah.
working with another artist, and you know, growing, and
Okay.
using the gifts that's been given to me. So it's not about accolades. It's about being open to new ideas. And matter of fact, when it comes to
Mm.
music, I don't fit any one genre because I don't care about genres. When it
Okay.
comes to music, whatever the song wants to express itself, however it wants to come out.
Hmm.
Sometimes it comes
Okay.
out with a country lick or Americana. Sometimes it comes down with rock. Sometimes it's soul.
Okay.
It's whatever the music dictates. Everything
Mm.
has to be. It's like you talking to me. we're not going to
Right.
talk about the same thing all night. We're going to talk about different things because
Yeah, of course.
we're in that human stream, of life. Yeah.
Yeah. Because, I mean, you have a very vast career. You've been in the industry for a long time. So it's not like, oh, you just have one story. You're going to have a lot of great stories. That's why I like people that have been in the industry for a while because I get to listen to music that maybe obviously that I haven't heard before. I also get to find out about all the amazing stuff that they've done, the people they've played with, the bands they've toured with, the shows they've played, the venues they've played, like all the stories. That's what's great about it.
Yeah. And like I said, you stick around long enough and you keep being honest about it, and you're going to meet other honest musicians and artists.
Yeah.
When I say honest, I mean it's about the art. It's not about what
Yeah.
they did last year or who they work
Right.
with. It's about
Yeah.
working on an idea. When you sit down in a room with another artist,
Yeah.
it has nothing to do with who you are. It's the idea shared between you,
Right.
and that's what's fascinating. Everybody
Most
I've worked
definitely.
with. Yeah, I've never been afraid of walking into any room with anybody because at that moment it's about the music. It's not about who you are.
Oh,
And
they all you guys all everybody puts their pants on one leg at a time.
hey,
That don't mean nothing to me. I mean, I'm
oh,
friends with celebrities. I really don't care about none of that. You know what I mean? To me, they're a
it's cool.
person. To me,
Yeah,
they're them. Like I don't look at them as like, oh, this, that, and the other thing. Like I don't care about none of that. I care about that's my friend.
yeah.
And it's the same with
It's
any
all
of
that.
it. Like it's about the music. It's about like, you're making a movie, you're in the moment. It's not supposed to be like, oh, this is Tom Cruise and freaking out. You know what I mean? Like,
No,
you know what I'm saying? Like you just happen to be in a movie with Tom Cruise and don't
I
start
give you,
freaking out, you know?
I give you an example of that. So
Celebrity.
with the
Whoa.
persuasions, right? No, with the
Yeah.
persuasion, we got the opportunity to collaborate with Bare Naked Ladies from Canada, right?
Nice. That's
And
awesome.
so we met in the summer in New York City, Central Park. They did a show, and they
Hmm.
kept sending me songs of theirs because I was reimagining their songs, the choruses, the backgrounds, and we must have
Okay.
worked on 25 songs. And we went to Canada, NOLA Studios in Toronto,
Yeah.
and there were like all these cameras. They were filming it. There were like 12 cameras in the room,
Hmm.
and we've never really, we've never worked with them like that before. But when we walked in the room, it had nothing to do with the fact that they were bare naked ladies or we were the
Right.
persuasion.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
had we had music in front of us, and we had
Right.
to
Exactly.
work with it together. So within 15 minutes, all we were consumed with was the music. So
Hmm.
I'm just saying that to say that
As it should
whoever,
be.
yeah, I don't. It doesn't matter who you are. It's the
No.
music in front of you. And
Exactly.
so I'm having fun doing that. I keep
Yeah.
my mind
Exactly.
open. I keep my head open.
Yeah. I look at it as it's different worlds. Like when you're in the studio, you're not looking at who these people are and what they've done in the past and whatever, who they are. I'm like, oh my god, it's a big celebrity, whatever. You're not looking at all that stuff. You're just looking at, like what you're doing. You're looking at making beautiful music, and that's what it's about. But like when it comes to us, yes, we want to talk about the things you've done in the past and stuff like that because it's different. Because this is an interview on a radio show.
Mhm.
Totally different worlds, right?
Yeah.
I love it. Well, in case anybody out there doesn't know this, our friend Dave Revels was brought to us by our amazing friend Christina Avila. And Christina Avila, artist and band promotions. There we go. I was trying to remember the whole thing. Well, we thank you, Christina, for always bringing us wonderful guests like Dave and who's been on our show before. So if you ever want to see past broadcasts with us and Dave, go check it out on our YouTube channel, Get Real Global TV. We're gonna play some great music tonight. You can listen to some of his past music, like the one he was singing live earlier. That was on one of our prior broadcasts. So very excited. And tonight we're gonna be playing some stuff. I've got hold on. I've got a YouTube video I know we were looking at. And I got a couple of songs you sent me also that I downloaded. So we're gonna play that stuff. And can you tell us a little bit about well, okay, first of all, the song you were singing earlier live, like what is that song about? What's the name of it? Where can people find it?
Well, it's called
Find that.
it's on all the streaming platforms. It's on YouTube. You can watch the video, an actual recording of Yorm and I performing it together in studio. It's called Birds and Sleeping
Nice.
Dogs because it's basically talking about being comfortable in your own skin, not letting people or
Mm-hmm.
things push you to go any faster than you want to go, and to know who you
Okay.
are, stand your ground, and leave people alone. Basically, everybody's got a right to an opinion. Um,
Okay.
yeah, so the song's basically saying,
Right.
let birds be birds and sleeping dogs lie. In other words, if you think a certain way, that's your business. Um, I'm not here trying to change you, but I'm here to be myself, who I am, and go where I want to go and having the autonomy and the
Right.
freedom to be myself. The song is about um, really respecting who you are and holding to your own personal ground of what you believe in. And at the same time,
Okay.
allowing people to go their path without overly judging anybody. Uh, but it is about standing up for who you are as a person. So that's what the song is about.
Okay. I like that. I like that. So you sent me what, three songs tonight, right?
Hmm.
You had is it Dirty Little Secret or
Yeah,
Secrets?
little dirty
Secret.
secrets, little dirty secrets. Uh,
Little Dirty
how to,
Secrets. Okay, awesome.
I'm not going to tell anybody how to interpret that one because I learned sometimes in songs, whatever I meant them to be, half the time when people hear it, they have a whole different understanding of what it means to them. So I'm literally going
Sure.
to, yeah. So let's put it this way.
What did it mean to you?
I'm not even going to tell you that because if
Okay.
I tell you, it's going to taint how you're going to listen to it. Uh,
Okay, I got you. I got you.
let's just say this, right? There are thousands of languages spoken across this globe, and the
Mhm.
one true fact in all those languages that each and every one of them in any country, everybody's got little dirty secrets, and you don't always have to know my secret, nor do I have to know yours, because sometimes
Right.
knowing your secrets might change our relationship in unimaginable ways that might be not healthy. But the secrets we
Mhm.
keep from each other and to ourselves, it sort of helps us all be better people. So I'm just saying that it's how you handle little dirty secrets. That's all it is. Everybody's got them. It's how you
Right.
handle the little dirty secrets. So that's
Very
all I'm gonna say.
true.
That's all I'm gonna say about it. So
All right, cool. I love it. Let's see. We're gonna share the screen.
and I
Yes.
filmed this entire video by myself, by the way.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. I don't have a lot of bucks. I don't have any big production coming behind me, but I do have my brain, and I try to bring all my thoughts to life in my video. So I filmed it myself.
Nice.
Every scene, I filmed it myself.
I'm getting this all queued up here. Okay. Don't play it yet. Don't start it yet, people. All right. I just had to cue it up there. Okay. All right. I'm going to put us in the waiting area here. Hold on one second. Let me get that. Okay. Alrighty. We're going to go in the waiting area and I'm going to play the video.
Oh,
All right, 1 second. Be right back.
Here's a little dirty secret. Darkness can't escape the light. Some stones go unturned, and there are truths you'll never learn. But there may come a day when you just stop running, start to walk and say that it's done. Give up on the dream and say that it's over. Then watch the race you may have won. Life's the greatest stage of all. We try best just to fall. Some of us raiding while waving high from loneliness. This one from lust forever lost. All the bitter words tear a soul apart. Now what's your little dirty secret? Does it keep you up at night? Be careful what you cling to. It just might be the devil in you. Or there may come a day when you just stop running, start to walk and say that it's done. Give up the dream and say that it's over, and watch the race you may have won.
Ooh, I like that.
thank you.
That was good. I like that. That was really good. I love the guitar. I love how it sounded like, how you want to say it, like hauntingly, like, I don't know how you want to say it. It was just very soulful, very, you know what I mean? Like you could feel it. It was
Yeah,
really,
it's
it's really neat. I like,
it was an emotional song. You could say, kind of burnt itself out of me.
yeah,
I couldn't keep it in, and
yeah,
it's one of those ideas that just came at me, and I just had to say it. It just kept chewing away at me until I finished it, and I'm very
okay,
excited about it because there's a message in there. I won't, like I said, it's not for me to tell people how to interpret it, but I will say there's a message in it that I think
yeah,
if you really listen to it, you'll get whatever message you need, you know. And the message you're going to get from it is not going to be the same for any other person. It's kind of one of those songs where the message that you get from it is going to be very personal. You're going to
Mm,
interpret the words a certain way, and it's going to affect you in a unique way. And I'm not saying this to blow any
right,
hype. I'm just saying is it does that to me,
right.
and people that have told me about the song, they tell me the different effects it had on them. And I think eh,
Mm,
that's the greatest honor you can have as a writer, I think, if people take something from it personal, and
mm,
so in this song, I'm just a messenger. I'm just a messenger, and I sent the message, and it's for you to
right.
listen to it and get what you get from it. I don't know if that makes sense to you, but I was just a messenger in this one.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, it was just the guitar and just everything was really, really nice.
Well, that's a brilliant guitarist and
Did
artist.
you?
It's Tom Buchel. His name is Tom Buchel. Brilliant musician,
Okay.
and a very uh, deep musical soul. And he and I have partnered up on
Mm,
this new phase of my life. I'm working a new album, by the way, uh, and this will be on it. It's going to be a vinyl album, not
nice.
not a CD, but it's going to be vinyl. Still available streaming, but it's going to be a vinyl
Oh,
for people to buy
better.
the vinyl. Yeah,
But that's amazing, though. You know what I mean? Not very many people do vinyl anymore. So to do that medium is really, really friggin' cool. I
yeah. There's
like
a lot
that.
of people
That's
still got
old school.
yeah. A lot of young people got phonograph players and great stereo, needles, turntables, and they buy it and they listen to it. And I think it means
It's
something to
crazy.
have that big, you know, square in your hand and reading about the music
Yeah,
and the artist on it and the liner notes, and it becomes a more personal thing. I think when CDs came out, they
yeah,
kind of destroyed that personal relationship, and now the CDs I think are almost fading for a lot of people. I just wanted to
yeah.
go. I just want to go this direction with it, so I'm excited about that.
More people really do streaming now anyway. I mean,
Yeah,
like, they listen to Pandora or they listen to Apple Music or Amazon Music or any of the millions of other freaking streaming platforms.
yeah. But you know what? You
Especially
know,
Spotify.
Jennifer,
Spotify is one of the biggest ones.
that's true. But you know what I want, Jennifer? I've always been
Mm,
a live entertainer, and I
yeah,
want to connect one room at a time. I mean, there's
yeah,
so much music being released every day. I mean, tens of thousands of songs are released every day into
right,
the streaming platforms.
yeah,
And if you don't have a big budget to push it, you can get lost. So with
very true,
I'm
very
content
true.
with performing live in one room at a time.
Yeah,
Maybe a couple hundred people in a room who will actually buy my record, talk to me
yeah,
about the songs, and relate to me personally. That's what I want. And so I'm not chasing the streaming rainbow. I'm
right.
I'm working one room at a time and enjoying it.
Nice. I like that. That's old school.
It's
I
just,
mean,
it's just,
connect.
it's just to me, being in front of
Like,
people means a hell of a lot more to me than trying to chase after the invisible streams. If
yeah,
something I do takes off on a platform, it's fantastic.
yeah,
But who knows? But I know for a
yeah,
fact when I perform for a couple hundred people in a room, at the
yeah,
end of the night, they know who I am and I know who they are,
yeah. Of course.
and that's what I do. I also do what they're called house concerts. You ever heard of those?
What is it called?
House concerts where you're in someone's private home, intimate
Yeah,
setting
yeah,
with
yeah,
40 to 50 people, and they come to
yeah,
hear your music, and
yeah.
you know, and they talk to you about your songs, really deep conversations about a particular lyric line. How it touched them.
That's
Not so much
awesome.
what it meant to me, but they always tell me how the song touched them. You know, and that's how can I, Jennifer? That's
That's good.
priceless. That's priceless.
Yeah, most definitely. The only thing the stuff like this is good for, like the interviews on podcasts, whatever. Putting your music out there, or putting your stuff on I don't know, Spotify or YouTube or any of that stuff. It's just to get more. It's just to like get more exposure, so people know how wonderful you are, and maybe they'll be like, oh, you know what? Hey, holy crap, Dave Revels is coming to concert, near me. I want
I
to
like
go
that.
see him.
I
So
like that.
it's just to get more exposure and
Yeah.
get the word out more about you and your music. That's really
Well,
all this stuff is there for.
I hope
It's
so.
not for the
I hope so.
performance piece of things. It's just to help push it further.
Hey, Jennifer, you want to be you could be my number one fan right there. I love that. Please help me because you know,
I love it.
I like to reach out and touch things, and
Yeah.
I can't touch uh, the internet like that, but I can touch people. But it's folks like you who know how this stuff works and can spread the word. I appreciate it so much because it's not something I can personally do. So I appreciate everything you're doing by sharing my music like this, and helping me reach new people. But my job really comes when I perform it live because
Amen.
I,
Exactly.
I
That's the
believe that,
real
yeah,
stuff.
well, I believe a
Yeah.
song is completed until I perform it live because
Yeah.
the audience adds that final punctuation by how to react to it. So
Right.
I
They're your
can't wait
test
to get up
proof.
live.
They're your test
There you
proof.
go. Yeah, love it.
I love
Have
it.
big travel.
That's awesome. I think it's great. I mean, I personally love a concert live. You know what I mean? Like people be like, "Oh, I watched it on I don't know, whatever. I watched it on Spotify because you can get like free concerts sometimes through different bands and stuff for on Spotify, or other things like that." And you're like, "Oh, well, why? Why? Why do I want to sit there and watch a concert on my phone or on my computer when I could go to that concert live and be there in person and experience how incredible it is?"
Yeah,
It's different. And to be honest with you, I like old school. I started out in actual radio, where I did a broadcast at a radio station, like old school, you know what I mean? And the guests would come down and they would sit with me in the studio, and we would have an actual conversation, and it would get filmed and put out and whatever, and we would go take pictures in front of the LA Talk Radio sign. It was like a whole thing. It was like, that is what I miss. I miss that. You know what I mean? But there are going to be guests that are from other countries. They're
yeah,
from other places, and they can't be with you live in the studio. So it is what it is. But that's why I like having the conversations. To me, it's not an interview, it's a conversation. We're
yes, it
sitting here
is.
talking about your career and things you've done, and you know what I mean? Like your experiences and what you hope for and what you want to put out into the world, stuff like that. It's to have deeper conversations. I don't like fluff pieces. I
Mm,
hate it when they have those radio shows where it's like it's all scripted out and you have questions in front of you, and I go in the moment. I go where the conversation takes me. I don't like that being overly prepared and like, oh, I have this set of questions. I have a general idea of the typical questions that I ask every artist. And then we kind of just go from
mhm,
there based on the conversation.
mhm.
So I like it. It's just more in the moment, more live, more raw, more real. It's not like, oh, I hate that overly produced crap. I hate that. I just hate it. Like, why?
Well,
It's not real. It's not a real, you're not connecting with the guest. You're not really interacting. You're reading off a piece of paper, and trying to get likes and views, and that's wonderful. Of course we want likes and views and follows and shares and all that loveliness. But it's about being in the moment and having a real conversation with your guest.
Well, like I said, we're having it now, like
Yeah,
I appreciate being on,
I love it.
but like it says, um, usually writing for me, like it's just something that's in me that has to come out,
Okay.
and it doesn't stop. It keeps gnawing away at me
Hmm.
like somebody tapping you on your shoulder. Hey,
Okay.
hey, it's getting my attention. Hey, hey, hey,
Right.
what? Hey, listen, listen, listen. So that's what an idea is. It just keeps tapping away at me,
Right.
like the song you just played. And I never know, I mean, I've been in a situation where you've been in a room with like five other writers to create
Hmm.
songs. I never liked that,
Okay.
but I'm capable, I can do that. But for me, a song can happen overnight. Some songs like that happens. A song
Okay.
can take 2 years to finish.
Okay.
And, I'll put it down and come back to it later.
Right.
But right now, I'm just enjoying the process of writing
Hmm.
and then going out and performing it live.
Nice.
And like I said about the punctuation, where the audience add that final punctuation mark by their reaction to it, it'll
Right.
sometimes make me change the nuance of the song a little bit more. Because the way they react to it's like, oh, and then I feel another beat and rhythm and melody and movement in the song because the
Hmm.
audience reacted a certain way.
Okay.
And in other words, the audience continues the conversation of the song, if you know what I mean.
Right.
Where I write a line and I sing it, and the way they react makes them sing it a different way the next time because
Oh.
they pull something out of the song and out of me that
Okay.
wasn't there before they heard it and I did it live. So that's why
Mm.
performing the songs live to me is very important because
Okay.
we'll just write it and put it up on a platform and
Hmm.
hope people listen to it. It's not enough because that doesn't necessarily mean the song is complete. It just means I released it. But when I play it live and I'm singing a line
Hmm.
and the people react to it a certain way, the next time I sing it, I'll sing it a slightly different because they gave me an answer to something that I didn't realize I had a question for. So
Okay.
that's why, to me, music performed live is critical to my writing because I wrote it like we're just talking. I wrote it conversationally. Like Little Dirty Secret is a conversation. It's meant to be,
Mm.
it's like a whispered conversation. I could say all those words right next to your ear and just
Right.
you and I hear it. You just only you hear it
Hmm.
because, you know, um, here's a little dirty secret. Darkness can escape the light. I could whisper that in your ear. Some stones
Hmm.
go unturned, and there are truths you'll never learn. That's a whisper to your ear. So
Right.
that song is meant to be a personal conversation with the
Hmm.
individual. That's why I'm saying where everybody hearing it, if, if
Okay.
they if they if they take it as that kind of a personal, intimate conversation I'm having with them alone,
Right.
they'll hear something completely different from somebody else hearing it. So to me,
Okay.
songs can be whispered in your ear. You don't have to shout at you all the time.
Hmm.
So
I got you.
that's a real me leaning into you privately and saying, "Hey, listen to this. I got something to tell you." That's what a
Hmm.
little dirty secret is. It's not meant to be shouted at you. That's why I'm not singing it. Like if some of my songs, my voice is more pronounced, but this one is a whisper. I didn't want to shout it. I wanted to tell you something right next
Right.
to it there, and that's what that song is.
Okay. I like that. I like how you describe that stuff. All right. So we can play another song. 1 second. Let me get this set up. Yes. All right. So now you gave me two other songs.
Look into their eyes would be an interesting one now.
Okay, let me pull it. Okay, I got you. All
Uh-huh.
right, so look into their eyes.
Yeah.
Anything you want to tell the listener what it's about?
Mm.
Or that's a tough
Disappointment.
one.
This no, I'm trying to choose my
Oh,
words carefully. Um, this song is about disappointments.
okay.
How people can disappoint you. It doesn't
Mm,
have to be a family member. It could be someone else in the world, a neighbor. It could be uh, your church, your politician, uh, your
mm,
teacher. It could be anybody that you look to for guidance, and they disappoint you.
okay,
So
gotcha.
this is what this song is about truthfulness
Yep.
and the desire just for truth, not
Mm,
lies.
okay, I got you.
That's all I gotta say.
All right, we're gonna play "Look into Their Eyes" by Dave Revels. Hold on, I'm putting this on mute. 1 second. Hold that thought.
This song is a story about wounded knee and of Adam and his apple and his girl named Eve. This song is for hatred wrapped in all his guise, all the Hitlers and the politicians with their lies. Nobody knows the sorrows I've seen. Cries out the victims from the killing fields. If you really want to understand how it feels when promises are broken, just see with the eyes of a child, feel with the heart of a loved one, yeah, waiting on you, and you fail to come through. Just take a look in their eyes at the volumes left unspoken. It's a matter of trust, and it should burn into your soul. Look into their eyes. Look into their eyes. Look into their eyes. Look into their eyes. Mankind hailed the dawn of electricity, then created Armageddon nuclear energy. As the birds of peace are slaughtered by the hawks of war, now even soldiers ask the question, what are we dying for? No noble cause, no grand crusade, no clear-cut victory for the price we pay. If you really want to understand how it feels when promises a child, filled with the heart of a loved one, yeah, waiting on you, and you failed to come through. Just take a look in their eyes, have the volumes left unspoken. It's a matter of trust, and it should burn into your soul. Look into their eyes. Look into their eyes. Can you see what they feel? Feel what they feel when you see what they feel. Look into their eyes. Can you see what they feel? Feel what they feel when you see what they feel. Look into their eyes. Can you see what they feel? You feel what they feel, what they feel, what they feel, what they feel.
I like that.
Thanks.
That was really good.
That's a
I was
shout.
really paying attention to the lyrics, you know what I mean? Like the message behind it and just like everything and how it made me feel, and that was just it's very true though. You know,
Well,
through the eyes of a child, and just
yeah.
all the things that people are capable of. You know
Well,
what I mean?
lies hurt in many ways. So the song's about just be honest. Don't have to
Yeah,
lie to me. And, but that's what that song meant to me is that how lies have a way of growing.
mm,
And it's like a steamroller. The more it's told, the larger it gets, and it begins to roll over people in their lives and everything. So again, that's all I got to say about that. I'll let you take it from it. I'll let the listener take from it what they want. But
yeah.
I just had to say that it was in my head, it was in my soul, and it had to come out, and that's how it came out.
Very powerful message, though. I like that.
Thanks.
Very powerful. I like that. All right, then we have one more song to play. Hold on.
Uh, this one is this one is just about personal relationships.
Okay, that's the She, Myself, and You.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Okay. All right. So just about personal relationships. All right. All right. Give me 1 second. We're gonna play that one. All right. There we go.
What is missing in my relationship to make me wanna be with you? I couldn't believe you were asking me this, but you said it like a friend should. And I began to tell you things I'd never voiced before, not even to the one girl who needs to hear it more. What is missing in my relationship? I guess I thought I'd get from you. I knew I would miss your tender kiss if I did it even once with you. But if my love's not strong enough for one, how can it be enough for two? I'd only hurt she, myself, and you. She, myself, and you. But there's nothing to be proud of. She, myself, and you. Before we're too far undercover, she, myself, and you. In a three-way love won't do. What is missing in my relationship that makes me so afraid of you? From the tip of your toes to your fingertips, there's no denying any part of you. But you are not the one I gave my promise to be faithful and forever true to. I don't wanna hurt she, myself, or you. She, myself, and you. But that's nothing to be proud of. She, myself, and you. Before we're too far on the cover, she, myself, and you. In a three-way love won't do. She, myself, and you. One wicked little secret. She, myself, and you. Lord knows I'd never keep it. She, myself, and you. In a three-way love won't do. Now we can lie about it, sneak around about it, pretend that all is fair in love or make excuses for it. But what kind of man would I be? What kind of future would it be if all we think we gain isn't worth the price we pay? No, she, myself, and you, but that's nothing to be proud of. She, myself, and you. Before we're too far on the cover, she, myself, and you. In a three-way love won't do. No, she, myself, and you. One wicked little secret. She, myself, and you. Lord knows we'd never keep it. She, myself, and you. In a three-way love won't do. Won't
I like that. Had a nice little. It was good. I like that. For some reason now I can't hear you. Are you muted on your side? Hold on. I can't hear you. I'm not sure what happened. I don't know why. I lost you. I lost you. Oh. I don't know what happened. Let's see. Hold on. Are you muted on your side? No? I don't know what happened. This is crazy. I have you unmuted on my side, so I'm not sure what's up with that. Well, yeah, I'm not quite sure what happened with that. All of a sudden, we have no volume. Hold on. Try coming back in. All right. I am not sure what happened there. Come back, Dave, if possible. We've been talking to Dave Revels, singer, songwriter. He's a show producer. He is a all around a really great guy. But he's a musician, been around for a long time. He's with the Persuasions. He's been in a lot of, done a lot of music over the years. He's got a new album that's going to be coming out soon. He has, we were just listening to some different songs that we just played, Me, Myself, and You. Oh, here we go. Hope there, now I can hear you.
All right. I was saying, can you read my? I was saying, can you read my lips?
Yes.
Well, the theme for those three songs was lies.
Okay, I
All
got
three
you.
songs had a core of it about lies.
Okay, I got you.
In
I
one
can
way or another.
definitely see that. All three songs definitely had
Yeah.
that vibe to it.
Yeah.
What is your album gonna be called? Do you have a name for it yet, or
Yes, I
working
do.
title?
Yes, I
Huh?
do. Yes, I
Okay.
do. If you notice, um, within my songs, some of them are whispered at you, and
Mm,
some are shouted at you.
okay.
So the album is called Whispers and Shouts.
Okay. I
So
like that.
one side will be whispers, the other side will be shouts.
Mm,
More, fully, more orchestration kind of a thing, and the other side will be more acoustic based or more, so it's like that. So like I said, when I write, sometimes I'm whispering to you and sometimes I'm shouting at you
I like
because
it.
I need to reach you from across the room, and sometimes I just want to talk to you one on one.
Right. Okay.
So that's what the album is going to be about.
Do you have a rough estimate as to when you're gonna be releasing it? Ish.
I'm going to be releasing it in the fall.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah, in the fall.
That's good. That's a good time.
Oh yeah, and just enough to warm people back up when it's starting to get cold.
Right.
But yeah, so I'm excited about it because it's interesting collection of music,
Hmm.
and uh, yeah, like I said, like I said, one side, it's finally come together. I'm going to be in the studio on Sunday,
Okay.
working on another song,
Mm,
uh, three songs actually, but I'll be framing, roughing them out like building the framework for a building. You know,
mm-hmm.
put up the the structure, internal structure of the song. So I'll be doing that this weekend, just framing it out before I dress it up.
Okay.
And I'm very excited because these three songs will complete the thought process to what the album is about.
Mm,
Yeah,
awesome. That's great.
yeah, I'm excited. And in the meantime, I hope people will do that streaming thing and follow
Hmm.
my music and go back to some of my older catalog and listen to some of my older stuff.
Yeah.
Um, because like I said, it's not about chasing after anything. It's simply things I feel compelled to say, and because I'm an artist and a
Mm,
writer, it's coming out in my music. But I'm finally having the
okay.
collection I want to say what I want to say. A few things, so I'm excited about that. And hopefully, like I says,
Nice.
those who can't get to see me live will stream my music. And if you get a chance to follow me on my website, daverevels.com, send me a message. If you've got a house concert
Nice.
you'd like me to come to your house and do a concert for your friends, go to daverevels.com
Yeah.
and send me a message. And we work
Oh,
it
that's
out. I'm
awesome.
doing that now around the country. And it's like I said, so it truly is an inspirational experience because as people tell me their personal experience of my music, it inspires me
Right.
to write more
Okay.
because there's no more genuine feedback than when a person stands in front of you and tells you something about your music that did something for them. And
Okay.
it's inspires me to write more or to take my
Mm,
writing more seriously and write, something that, you know, just write, just experience things and put it to music. So I'm excited about that. The
okay.
last concert I did like that, one of the guests, she plays piano. She says to me,
Mhm.
"Oh gosh," she told me what the song I wrote, a song called "100,000 Million Reasons."
Mm,
It's about relationships, where when you fall in love with someone, you have 100,000 million reasons why you love them, and then
mhm.
when you're breaking up, you can't seem to find one. But the song is dig deeper, find 100,000 million reasons plus one why maybe you can work it out. If it's not an abusive relationship, if
Yeah.
it's just
Right. Well, yeah. Yeah.
if it's just if it's just a communication gap, then try to communicate. But if it's abusive, get the hell out. Uh,
Right. No, definitely.
yeah. So when
Um,
yeah, and I believe it. I'm a father with daughters, so I tell any person, don't second guess yourself in an abusive relationship. Get the hell out. You know,
Right. Most definitely.
it's self preservation. I defend women because I I had a lot of males in my family, but the women are also very strong. So I respect women to the nth degree, and I'll
Nice.
go to battle for anybody who tries to hurt women.
Mm.
Because without women, I wouldn't be here.
Yeah. Without women, none of us would be here.
Well, men can't
um,
make babies, can we? We
you
can't.
know,
We can't grow them. We can't grow them,
well,
can
we
we?
need both. You kind of need both.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
anyway, um, do you have any before we go? Do you have any shows that are upcoming that people can see you play?
yes. I'm going. Well, right now I'm in Wake Forest, North Carolina, but that show's sold out. But
Okay.
I'll be in New York at a place called Argyle Theater in
Okay.
Babylon Village, Long Island, on June 14th.
Nice.
I'll be at the PNC Performing Arts Center on June 11th in New Jersey. I'll be in Warren, Michigan, a place called Andiamo's,
Hmm.
performing on October 23rd. Uh, I'll be performing a private show, intimate show with just myself at in Livingston, New Jersey township. I'll probably going in. I'm all over. Just go to my two websites, shadowsofthe60s.com, 60s.com, to
Okay.
follow my Motown productions. Go to daverevels.com if you want to ask me a question about my personal original concerts.
Okay.
I'm easily accessible on Facebook and YouTube. Send me messages and we'll talk.
Nice.
I'm open to conversation. Let's talk.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I'm excited, and I wish I could see you in concert, but I don't think you're going to be anywhere near me. So it is what it
Why?
is.
Why you think that?
Because I'm in Maine.
I mean, hey, listen. I've done uh, Vermont. All you gotta
Okay.
do is tell me a few venues in Maine, and I'll make it happen. Send
Okay.
me send
I'm
me a
excited.
list of some of your favorite venues in Maine, and I'll make it happen.
All right. I will be working on that because that
And
would
that's
be
a
awesome.
promise. And
I would
tell
love that.
anybody if you want me to come to your town and see my shows, send me a message to your favorite theaters in your town, and I'll work on it, and I'll get there so you can see.
That's exciting. I love
And I'll
it.
do that. So, you hear everybody? Send me information.
Nice. Okay. All right. We want to thank Dave Revels for being on our show tonight. Please go check out his YouTube channel. Just go to YouTube, type in Dave Revels. Go to his website, daverevels.com. Go check him out. Go see him play at a show near you. Go check it out. Go see a live concert. I mean, that's the best part of all of it. But I want to thank you so much for being on the show tonight. You know
My
what I mean?
pleasure.
Biggest
My
thing
pleasure,
is
Jonathan.
please go listen to his music. Go watch him perform. Go, you know what I mean? Check it out. Like spread the word. Share this video. Share his social media stuff. Share our social media stuff. You can find us at Wicked Entertaining. We're on literally everywhere. Instagram, we're on Facebook. Just type in Wicked Entertaining and you will find us. We're also Get Real Global TV. We have our channel on YouTube. Go check it out. You can see all of our different radio shows and broadcasts and things that we put out on our channel. And it's going back many years now, so you can go see all of our prior broadcasts with many of the different guests that we've had over the years and years. So check us out. Go watch this video from the beginning if you jumped on 2 minutes before the end. Go watch the whole thing. We're on YouTube. Get Real Global TV. And like I said, go check out Dave Revels and his music and go watch him somewhere near you. All right. Till next week, we will be back next Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 p.m. Pacific Time, right here on Rock Rage Radio, Rock Rage Live. and those crazy people from Sony. All right. Have a great night, everybody. Take care, and we'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.